Bucco Couture presents The Man of Style. With your host, Carmen Bucco. And a cast of a few.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody. I'm here with beautiful Kerin.
Kerin. I have the hardest name to pronounce ever.
Both first and last name are killing me.
I know. I have to go with Nicole.
Nicole. Can we call you Nicole?
No.
So we have an awesome guest tonight, Kerin from Haute Fitness?
Haute Fitness Health.
Haute Fitness Health. Mm-hmm. So you got to forgive me. I'm a bad reader here.
You should know this. Haute Couture. Come on.
I know, but I never used that terminology. But people are actually starting to use it.
Everywhere. Can I just say that I definitely claim that because no one was using this word, and now I'm seeing it everywhere, like hot living and hot this, hot that. I'm like, oh no.
So you started that word?
Yes, I started that word. I was just like,
why didn't you just trademark it?
I know. I better get on it.
So, welcome again. We all know it's Tuesday night. Don't forget to like and share the show. Tonight's going to be an awesome show. It's going to kind of fall into what we were discussing last week I had a divorce attorney and a life coach on. We had an awesome time. But first, I got to do my typical house cleaning, right? Don't forget to like and share. You can still we actually have gear for the show.
Ooh,
so it's a shirt and a hat that say "Make America Dress Great Again."
Who's modeling that?
It's on the Man of Style page. The picture models it.
You need to get girls in here modeling the hat and the t-shirt.
We're gonna have a girl who has a bikini line coming on the show soon. She actually she's working with Damon John from the Shark Tank, so she's actually coming on the show in a couple weeks. I got an actor coming on, but sadly, unfortunately, I know you guys are gonna miss me next week. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have the show, unfortunately, because we're doing a casting call for the Shark Tank. This is like the fourth time. They say the fifth time might be a charm. You throw shit at the wall, it might stick. Who knows?
Fingers crossed.
With my luck, I need an Irishman. I keep do you ever play the lottery?
No, because I don't think I have very good luck.
So
actually no, one time.
When it was up to like 150 million?
No,
or
someone
1
gave
billion?
me a couple $100 and I literally lost their money within 10 seconds flat. So don't.
On the lottery or gambling?
No, it's gambling.
Oh,
we were in Vegas.
All right.
I might have been drunk. I don't know.
Well, you hear the commercial, right? $1 in a dream?
Yeah.
Right? So I keep giving these bastards my dollars and my dreams ain't coming true. Unless I move out to the Midwest, then I'll probably win. Who the hell knows? But just remember, if you have that special someone in your life, we have the personalized gift cards. So we do personalized gift cards. If someone's getting married or you have a big referrer and that you want to give something to, or that special someone, like a guy in your life, you want to make him look the part, right? When you take him out to a fancy dinner or he takes you out to a fancy dinner. So you can actually personalize the gift card. Take me on a date, and this gift card is yours.
Spend money on me, bitch.
There you go. And of course, now we've expanded into weddings. So now, because a lot of guys were getting married and they couldn't stand renting tuxedos. Mm-hmm. So we launched, I don't know if I'm calling it Weddings by Bucco or Bucco Weddings. It depends on my mood that day. Weddings by Bucco. We might have to stick with that. It depends on my mood. So I'm doing a wedding show tomorrow night. It's at the Meadowlands. Actually, if you're free, you should come. I do a lot of bridal shows now. Mm-hmm. Why? Because guys want to spend money. They want to look good. I tell guys they should look as good as their wife on their wedding day. So anyway, if you're getting married or you know somebody getting married, we come right to the house with 5 paid suits. The groom I dress the groom for free.
That's really nice.
How do you beat that?
And I like the fact that you take all the guesswork out too. I just think for most men, especially most straight men, they're not going to want to deal with any of that. They're just like, dress me.
Listen, I have 2 guys getting married. I'm doing their wedding, and they're actually really easy because they know what they want. Exactly. I just have to make the suit fit them good.
And the women are happy.
That's it.
They don't have to be bothered.
No, women just go out and buy a dress and that's it. but nobody cares about the guy in the wedding, which annoys me. Not that I care, but the guy doesn't
I hope
get...
the bride cares.
She does, but no, because I'll do a bridal show and you look at the bride and she's like, oh, suits, I don't care about that. I'm worried about the DJ, my dress. Like, they could care less what the guy looks like. That's not fair. I'm telling you.
That's all women.
It's all the millennials.
Wow. Wow, way to kill us millennials. My God.
So yes, those are my dogs. If you hear them barking in the background.
They're very cute. I met them.
Coco Chanel and Lady Marie.
I was expecting them to come out with like top hats or something. Like little jackets.
I got to take their Easter pictures. I'm so excited. They're my babies. I got to take their Easter pictures.
Oh my God.
So we also have packages for guys who are just breaking into the market. So we actually do 2 suits, 2 custom suits, 6 custom shirts, and there she goes. I can't believe she came here.
She heard her name.
Yeah. 2 custom suits, 6 custom shirts for $2,400. You can't beat it. And the fact that we go to our clients. So you saw the big truck out there, right? That's actually a men's store on wheels. That's what we're launching to the Shark Tank. We're trying to get that franchised.
That's going to be so cool.
Which is pretty cool. So we're
when he
excited.
gets in the Shark Tank, I'm going to be like in a suitcase. I'm just going to jump out like randomly and be like, hi.
Well,
totally joking.
So actually.
Totally joking. I look a little scared for a second.
If my contractor stays true, we're actually renovating the inside. So we're actually going to be doing live broadcasts from the
So cool.
the Bespoke, my mobile boutique, which is pretty cool. So get ready for that. And within the next 2 days, we're actually launching our brand new website. We got from out of the 90s with our website, or the 2000, and we had to kind of update it. I guess everybody's saying, your website's a little dated. So I went out and I wound up redoing the website because now we're doing weddings and all that other stuff. So that's the joy about what we have going on with Bucco Couture. So don't forget to check us out. And don't forget to like, share, and comment on The Man of Style because we want to hear what you want to hear. And we look forward to your comments. So, I've been watching your shows, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to get you on because your smile it's addictive, right? So that's one of the reasons why people watch. Let's face facts here.
I may have heard that once or 100 times. I don't know. I'm joking.
What I want to know is, no, because a couple times I just saw it come up live, and I'm like, all right, another live show, let me watch it. Because everybody watches mine, right? But there were certain things you were talking about, and I was like, wait a minute. This is all females. Why am I watching it? Do you have a thing against guys? Because a lot of my guys want to lose weight. So they're going to look for somebody like you, and we're going to get into what she does after I beat her up and find out why she became an entrepreneur. So is it something that guys are more complicated to work with?
No, not at all. They're easier. So much easier.
So can we expect that you'll expand into the men?
I actually currently already take male clients. I've actually been working with men for as long as I've been working with women.
Okay.
I just don't advertise for them because I feel like the wording, I wanted to speak directly to my clients, and the wording is completely different for a man versus a woman.
Okay.
And I couldn't work with both demographics and have the exact same wording, and I like to have specifics.
Right, so because you got to cater, women are different than men.
Completely. Emotionally,
physically.
In case you guys didn't know.
Yeah, in case the guys didn't know, big difference. Big
shattering news.
If you watch What Women Want with Mel Gibson, I want to get electrocuted by a hairdryer because I want to be in the mind of a woman someday.
No, you don't. My mind never shuts off. It's 24/7. Trying to go to sleep at night, it's like hell.
Well, so
I've been,
and we're going to get into it very soon. But I was talking to a young lady who wanted to go for coffee with me, and she's like, I can't go for coffee with you until I lose 20 pounds. I don't like the way I look. So we're going to get into that. But let's talk first about what made you get into get into this business, and what made you become an entrepreneur.
So originally I got into this because I had done bikini competitions and I was someone who always struggled to lose weight. And my weight was like all over the place and I just
You're Italian.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, like, perfect example. My grandfather is from Italy. My grandmother is from Brazil, and this is on my dad's side.
Okay.
So, and then my grandmother on my mom's side is from Austria. So it was just amazing homemade food, and everything is about eating, eating, eating. And my grandparents were, came here from the war, especially my grandmother from Austria. They,
Right.
It was during that whole thing. And then my grandfather, they grew up in, actually both sides, they grew up in poverty. So food is a scarcity and a novelty. And it wasn't something you threw out. I mean, I was raised with, there's like starving children in China, eat your food. So for me,
You would hate me.
Oh,
I don't eat any leftovers if it's in my refrigerator for 48 hours.
Oh, I'm the leftover queen. Because I make big batches of food, so I'm like...
You mix all
packing for
that
3
shit
days.
together and, you'll take all the different things and mix them together and make one meal?
Well, that too. But, like, if I'm meal prepping, like, I'm not going to sit there and make chicken every single day. Like, big batches.
So you actually prep, too?
Yes.
I go to the deli next door, I buy their homemade
Whatever
fresh
works.
meals, and I throw them in the oven. Call me lazy, but go ahead.
Either one works. So to make a long story short, I got into the industry because I had finally, when I hit rock bottom, I had competed. I was down to the skinniest I have ever been. I looked basically borderline anorexic. And because with the competition, I don't know if you know that sport, like NPC, IFBB, all that,
I had a couple guys, like, but they train for 6 months, and then after that, they don't train.
So
and they eat pizza.
And that was the problem, is that that industry as a whole, and I'm not going to say everybody, as a whole, it breeds a lot of binging and then, constraint, and then binging and constraint. There's no balance in that industry. There's no self-love or having a great relationship with your food or your body or anything like that. And after that show, I ended up putting on 46 pounds, I want to say, within 6 months. I was freaking out. I was trying to compete again. I mean, I couldn't.
But was that all muscle or fat?
No. I was literally just, I couldn't
binge
stop
eating?
stuff. It was binge eating.
Okay.
Binge eating, emotional eating, everything and anything. I literally could not put the fork down. I wanted nothing to do with my food or anything healthy. So after I hit rock bottom, I realized that I wanted to, I healed myself and my relationship with food and my body. Mm-hmm. And then fast forward about a year later, I started working with clients.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What made you become an entrepreneur?
Oh, this story I've never told. Okay, so I kind of fell into it, actually. Originally, I was a chef. I went to culinary school, so at the time...
I saw that.
Yes. I was a private chef. I was personal training, and I just started getting into weight loss coaching, but it was very minimal. I maybe meet someone...
And
like
forgive me, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just looking to see if people have questions as you're talking.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
Okay. So I was... At this point, working privately with clients, I was coming in and cooking their meals and I was working with like triathletes and stuff like that, and I was helping them lose weight and actually providing the meals for them. So I'd come in twice a week, cook new meals, they'd have their meals, they were getting better results with their sports, and it worked out great. So at this point, I decided to start a website, open up a website, and the main part of the website was called The Perfect Plate. It's no
I heard
longer
about
there.
that.
Well, I have the Facebook page still up, but I don't use it.
Okay.
But so my main thing was really working with clients and being a private chef, and I was doing like a little bit of the nutrition was kind of like rolled into it. So I was working at a gym at the time, and I had sworn I told him about it. One day he found out that I had a website and freaked out and goes, "What? Why do you need to have a business?" Now, mind you, this is the business owner who said this to me. And he's like, either that website goes down or you have to get out of here. Now, mind you, I was making like $10 an hour. I was like, yeah, bye, I'm out of here, dude. So
yeah,
that was
bad.
the beginning of me being like, okay, peace, I'm done. And at that point, I started doing my thing full time.
So tell us a little bit. So the videos that you had were focused on emotional eating, mm-hmm. food addiction, and how do you lose that weight when you have those issues? Yeah. That's something that kind of intrigued me.
Mm-hmm. So I've noticed that most coaches there's two types of coaches in this world. We have like the self-love coaches, and then we have the coaches that, are basically, it's all nutrition and fitness. And the problem is, and I'm not going to say that men are excluded, I've just noticed that this is more a women-predominated issue.
No, and I agree. I hear that a lot.
Also, because as a woman, when we're overweight, we actually lose our identity with who we are, versus a man can realize that an extra 30 pounds is an outside factor, has nothing to do with who he is or his performance in work, relationships, or anything else. Again, as a whole, I understand there's, different situations.
Right.
But as a whole, men can be 30 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, still go after a hot girl they see in a bar, still want to have sex, still, be a go-getter in their business, and it doesn't exclude them.
Gotcha.
Versus a woman will literally hold herself back. So when I came up with this business and when I put it all together, I realized that what was missing in the weight loss industry is the fact that we need to bring these pieces together. You need to have the self-love. I know that sounds like really hokey, but
you're
you
right.
need to have that along with proper nutrition and fitness, and it needs to be customized to you because everyone is different.
Yes.
So that's basically the premise of what I do and my.
And I think women are more emotional, right? So when it comes to the
no
weight,
idea what you're talking about.
when it comes to the weight issue, it's weird. It's like they can't be happy with themselves, so they're not going to go on a date because they feel 15 or 20 pounds heavier than they're supposed to. Like, and I agree with you. Like, you're not going to be yourself unless you're happy with yourself first. Mm-hmm. But don't seclude yourself because you're 15 or 20 pounds, and don't go on this crash diet because now you're being fake. You're not going to stick to it anyway. So what's the difference?
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I teach. I'm teaching them to love yourself as is, and in the meantime, I'm going to put together a customized plan for you, based off the foods that you like, based off your lifestyle, based off the amount of time you can dedicate to the gym and whatever, so that you can lose weight. But the thing is you have to be satisfied. Being grateful and satisfied are key elements that people need in life, because if you aren't grateful for your current situation, no matter how crappy everything else is going on, but if you're not grateful and if you're not satisfied currently, it makes it that much more difficult, because that satisfaction only comes from within.
Right.
So
the difference between, who do I think? Let me think. Like Jenny Craig.
Which I've done, by the way. I've done every weight loss plan under the sun.
Well, now Isogenics has something out there. Like, a lot of these people have something out there that help you lose weight. Mm-hmm. I'm not losing this. This is good living, baby. So, but you hear all these commercials. What makes you better than Jenny Craig? Why don't I just go to Jenny Craig? Or why don't I just get a trainer and say, to heck with you?
Yeah. Totally good points. So with Jenny Craig, Isogenics, any of these types of weight loss facilities, it's all, even with Weight Watchers, and I think they're probably the best out of all of them, but even with Weight Watchers, it's saying, these are my products, this is the plan you need to be on. It's basically saying that the person, it has to be on something in order to lose weight, because it's feeding into that.
Let me, and I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to tell you why I don't agree with that, right? You could take a sleeping pill, mm-hmm. and it reacts different to you than it does to me. So how can you say that you need to take this? The chemical reaction...
Because they're cutting calories.
Yeah, but still, everybody's chemical reaction in their body is going to be different. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a mad scientist, quote unquote. Yes, I am. But everybody's reaction to whatever they intake is always different. So...
But the thing is with Isogenic, Weight Watchers, and all these things, you have to understand that most people that are getting onto these programs have 20, 30, 40, 100 pounds to lose. And those people are consuming unbelievable amounts of food, and or they are eating it. It's like starvation all day, and most of those people are eating way too much at night, so their metabolism is completely destroyed. It's a whole bunch of different factors. So when they go onto something like Isogenic or Weight Watchers, everything is laid out. Plus, their calories are so small that it's automatically going to slash and help people lose weight right away. So that's why when they're getting these great results,
How's the food?
Because, it's awful.
Why don't
Has
I just
anyone
take
else tried Jenny Craig?
Why don't I just take a pill?
Oh, it's awful. What kind of pill? Like a fat-burning pill?
Yeah.
Because that has adrenal issues, and I mean, even that's going to stop working at some point.
Oh.
And plus, that's also
in conjunction.
Lost cause.
Guys, I'm telling you, she's going to fix us. I'm going to lose the belly fat.
Really? You ready?
No. Come on, I'm proud of this. This is the only thing that's paid for in full. Everything else, I got a mortgage.
This is my point. This is why I gear my work towards women. No woman would ever say that. Ever.
Listen, there's a thing with Italian guys. When your belly is a little protruding, it means that you live good.
And my father is living great.
And he's got a little bit of a pot belly. Can't say he doesn't.
Oh, like I said, he's living great.
So what about hiring a trainer?
So a trainer's great, but the problem with a trainer is that you're getting them for, 1 to 5 hours max a week, and then what about the rest of the time? So the difference between what I do and everybody else is the fact that I'm actually coaching and supporting. So you can email me 24/7. If you are working with me privately, you're getting me for an hour every single week to support you to make sure that every time you're about to stop or get snagged up in your habitual bad habits,
Right.
that we're busting through them so that you get the success that you want and ultimately keep it off even after we're done working together. Because my goal is for you not to need me for the rest of your life, but to lose the weight and be able to maintain it on your own.
Okay, so we're going to pretend I'm a girl.
Yes.
And I'm binging and I eat ice cream all summer long. Butter pecan, depends on the mood.
It's very specific.
And
It's a true story?
yeah. Dude, I have gallons of it in my freezer. And Bloody Marys. That's my summer.
Now, is this
And
at
it's
the
coming
same
up.
time, just out of curiosity?
No, because the Bloody Mary doesn't mix
Really,
well with
really
with the
gross.
cream. It gets me an upset stomach.
That's just like a mental. Like, ooh. Is there vodka in the Bloody Mary?
Hell yeah. Extra. And olive juice. I steal the olive juice from my brother's restaurant all the time.
What restaurant?
Bucco's in Clifton.
You guys are, I feel like
By
I've been
Bliss.
there. Oh, that's why I've heard of it.
So, oh please, that Bliss is a mess.
It's still open?
They're trying to close. They'll get cleared. It's a mess over there. It's so sad what
That
these
doesn't bring
clubs
back
do.
party days. My God.
Oh my God, I remember them. So you feel weight loss products and a trainer do have some benefit, but what I like about what you're saying is you're more like what I do, right? When my clients need me, they pick up the phone, they call me. I don't know what the hell to wear tonight. I'm going on a date. I tell them what to wear. So you're that type of a person, I would assume.
I'm exactly what you do, except for nutrition, fitness, and weight loss.
Right.
It's
So it's that
24 hour.
personal
It's
service.
personal service. It's customized.
But you don't want to call at 2 o'clock in the morning saying, "Hey, listen, I ate extra butter pecan ice cream. What do I got to do?"
I've
Would you
never
yell
had
at me?
that experience. Or someone's calling me.
I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to call you.
If it's you in particular, I'm going to be like, "What the hell do you want?"
I want more butter pecan ice cream. What is this an emotional thing? And I know a lot of guys, and I only deal with guys. I deal with a few women. I do dress women. Anyway, I dress them. I make them clothes.
I feel like there was like a
So-
smart ass comment that was about to come out of your mouth at that point. Was I the only one picking that up?
I think guys more than women, or actually it's vice versa. Women more than guys struggle with losing weight. I think it's easier for a guy to lose weight than a woman.
Yes.
Why? Like, why do so many people actually struggle with weight loss?
Women in particular, or people in general?
Well, let's start off with women because it's different, right? Women and guys are less emotional. They're just like, I'll go to the gym for a week, knock the shit out, and move on.
Yes. Why do women struggle with weight? Because it goes back to those three main factors. Usually they're not consistent enough. I've noticed most women, actually just people in general, it's a consistency thing. They'll be at the gym for 6 days a week and then fall off for 3 months. It's like, it doesn't really work like that. Like, it's better if you're not going at all, or if your patterns are like that, show up 3 times a week for 30 minutes, get that under your belt, and then start adding more days. The same thing with the food. Women's, excuse me, women's like main thing is starvation, like Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, let me eat everything that's like not nailed down in the cupboard. Let me go on a date with my hubby and have, 15 martinis and like a plate of pasta and some cheese. It's like, no, it doesn't matter.
You
if
just
starve
ruined the
yourself
whole
for
week of
4
work.
weeks. Yeah.
Like, why start?
So-
It's like, you might as well just eat, throw up, and get it all out.
No, that doesn't work either.
Oh, all right.
I'm not endorsing bulimia.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you starve for a week, and then you go out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you're eating chips, butter pecan ice cream.
butter pecan ice cream, apparently.
You're drinking Bloody Marys. You're all screwed up. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I don't know what's happening here.
So, I'm going to get into it in a minute, but I filled this with wine. Don't tell her, because she's on this 21-day kick, but I filled it with wine. I want her to think that I'm doing the right thing by drinking Canada Dry. It's a
Okay,
great
I just
Canada.
want to... So I started this challenge yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you the story before. I'm going to tell it all for everyone here because it was so funny. So I love alcohol, okay? I got to be honest with you. I'm not really a sugar person, and eating clean, I love it. Alcohol is, I'm Italian. My grandfather makes wine. I've been drinking wine since I was 5. I did bartending and bottle service for 10 years. Like,
You drank the bottles, or you just served them?
I was drinking them, serving them, everything. I mean, yeah. So alcohol is definitely my vice. And when I was writing up this challenge, I was like, you know what? I'm so excited because of the fact that I beat my, binging and my emotional eating. I can do something like this challenge and commit to 21 days of not drinking and not having any like added sugar and all this good stuff. So I'm writing up the guidelines. I send them out. One of the whoever has the highest points ends up winning. And one of the girls on my Facebook group has been blasting this out everywhere. She's been awesome. I'm like super excited. Hopefully she wins. I mean, I can't probably say that in case anyone else is watching. But no, I mean, like, I gotta hand it to her. She's like really putting in the work. So anyway, it's Sunday, gorgeous weather out. I get this email. She had blasted it out to a bunch of her friends. One of the friends writes back and doesn't realize that I'm in the thread. And she goes, so-and-so, she goes, girl, I love you. She's like, you're just so about trying new things. She's like, you're such a force of positive energy. She goes, but 20 days of no drinking, have you lost your mind? And I'm reading this email, and I was just thinking to myself, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing when I was writing it, but I'm doing it. So I wrote her back, and I was like, well, you don't have to, whatever.
All right, so wait. So
but she ended up joining, so that's the end of the story.
Well, that's a good thing, right? So before I get back into that, who are some of the types of people that you work with? Like how, number one, how do we find you, and why do you choose who you want to work with? Does that make sense?
You can find me on Facebook. Do you want me to say them all?
Yeah, you
Verbally?
should.
Okay.
Because I can't type them in there.
Okay. So my company, the website is Haute Fitness Health, and Haute is spelled Haute. So it's hautefitnesshealth.com. I'm also on Instagram, which is again Haute and then a dot fitness.health. And my Facebook, I would just find my personal name because I friend request.
And then you can lead them
follow
there.
Me. And my name is Kerin, Kerin, and my last name is Briscese, Briscese. If you find me through there, Facebook, or I should just say follow me, I have a Facebook group. So I have a bunch of opt-ins on my website.
Okay.
And basically, you'd want to get into my Facebook group if you're a woman. I'm sorry, it's women only. But if you want
Traitor.
Sorry.
I'm going to pretend to be a woman.
But if you want to speak to me personally...
My name is a female name. In Latin, I get confused all the time.
Just an FYI, if you put a wig on and take a screenshot of it and try to join the group, I'm going to know it's you. I could totally see him doing that, right? Like putting a wig on.
All right.
Her name's Carmen.
You don't have a website, do you?
No, I do.
What's the website?
HauteFitnessHealth.com.
HauteFitnessHealth.com.
So if you want to speak to me, actually, you know what the best bet is to email me, which is Kerin, Kerin, at Haute, Haute, fitnesshealth.com.
Yeah, because if I try and pronounce that last name again...
I can always leave in the comment section too once we're done.
Yes, do that. So this 21-day challenge. So for all the women out there who are watching the show, how do they get involved? Because I'm curious how many of them are going to stop drinking for 21 days.
Me too.
I don't get it. You stop drinking for 21 days. What happens after the 21 days?
I'm having a party. I don't know what everyone else is doing.
But what did that 21 days do for you?
No, for me...
Or is it just like something that kind of get you to another level?
It was just, for me, when I was writing it, the challenge is called Love Your Naked Self. And I love... No, we're not doing naked selfies, and this has nothing to do with people running around naked. This has to do with, bearing your soul. Okay. This has been the response from every man, and this is why men were not involved in this challenge.
I love myself naked. I love my birthday suit. My birthday's May 28th. I'm going to be in my birthday suit.
Every other man. Well, women unfortunately don't feel that way all the time. So
Why?
the goal of this challenge was to get them to feel like this so that they now feel super comfortable to be running around naked around you or you.
No problem.
And
Bring 'em
so
on.
I think every guy
We'll figure out how to
should
handle
definitely
it.
be like, pushing this on their woman.
Guys,
Like, hey, babe, sign up for this challenge.
21-day challenge with Kerin. Find her on my Facebook page. Like her, and let's see if you're significant. We're going to call them significant others because I know guys that have 10 girlfriends, one girlfriend, one's
your
married,
wife, your
one's this,
5
one's
mistresses, just bring them all.
Just bring them all on. See how many of them can get through to 20. When does it start?
Yesterday.
Are they late?
Yesterday.
Can we give them 2 extra days?
Yeah, they'll get everything.
All right, so
Yeah.
you guys get 2 extra days.
No, they'll get all the emails right away. Up until Sunday, after Sunday, you're actually going to
But
end up
they're
being
now
behind.
down to 19 days. They got to do this in 19 days now instead of 21.
Get them to sign up quickly.
You got 24 hours to sign up. We are going to take a quick break to take care of our sponsors. So we shall see you back momentarily.
The Man of Style is expanding and wants to bring your business along with it. We can put your company before tens of thousands of viewers for much less than it costs to advertise the old-fashioned way. So if you're looking for high net worth clientele, become a sponsor of The Man of Style by emailing info@themanofstyle.net. That's info@themanofstyle.net. Admiral AirTech, a veteran-owned and operated heating and air conditioning company servicing New Jersey and New York. Admiral AirTech, your company for air conditioning, heating, and refrigeration, whether you have commercial or residential. Our 25 years of experience focuses on service, quality, and integrity. With our high standards, we aim to have your systems become more efficient while saving you money in the long run. Not only do we install systems, but we also design and service systems. For more information, contact us at 973-886-7728 or through our website, www.admiralairtech.com. That's 973-886-7728 or admiralairtech.com. The Man of Style is expanding and wants to bring your business along with it. We can put your company before tens of thousands of viewers for much less than it costs to advertise the old-fashioned way. So if you're looking for high net worth clientele, become a sponsor of The Man of Style by emailing info@themanofstyle.net. That's info@themanofstyle.net.
And we're back. I like this. My guys are actually expanding. My producers who were doing the show, they're doing awesome. They're expanding. So they taught me how to do all this stuff. I love them.
No,
But I got to keep playing with the computer and make sure I do everything right. Otherwise, they slap me at the end of the show. They call me and they give me a slap upside the head. You didn't do this right. So, if one of my clients or someone watching my show wants to lose the weight, because a lot of guys are focusing on getting healthier, losing weight, not me eating butter pecan ice cream and Bloody Marys. What are some of the recommendations you would give them first?
Well, first off, like I said, I do work with men and women, and it's the way I go about it is basically the same, because you still automatically need your macronutrient intake, which is protein, carbs, and fats. And I also need to know how often you would be able to get to a gym. So
Did you say macaroni?
Macronutrients.
That's too big of a word for me. Say that one more time.
Macronutrients.
Why didn't you
Protein,
just say
carbs, and
macaroni?
fats. Macros.
Close enough. I'll have my pasta with vodka later.
You can have pasta and vodka. Okay, so that's the great thing about what I do. I know, this is really, really shocking, but here's the deal. When you know what your macros are, you can actually fit it into your day. And that's one of the reasons why what I do works so well with emotional eaters and or people who have corporate jobs that are constantly taking clients out for dinners, things like that. Because the more room you have to play with, the more fun you can have with your food. Like, for example, if you are a man, you usually have more wiggle room, so you can go out, have a steak, have some wine. But the thing is, where you want to be careful is the fact that most people are just overeating in portions in and of itself.
So instead of instead of 10 ounce, go to 8 ounce.
Oh yeah, definitely. That in itself would be the portion
You try
size
and
you
do that
actually
to
need.
me at Ruth's Crisp, I'm chopping off your hands.
We'll get
I was just told about another one, Roots. One of my friends went to Roots Steakhouse.
Yes, I've heard of that.
ROTTS in Summit,
Oh my God,
Morristown.
yeah. They have one in Ridgewood.
And in Ridgewood. I heard
Very
it's
good. Very good.
amazing.
Not that
So
we're
that's my
promoting
next
Roots,
step.
but it
Yeah.
happens to be really good. Although the Capitol Grill's my favorite.
I've never been there.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go there
State?
on the first date. I said, no, we go for drinks on the first date.
Why? Cheap?
No, not cheap. See, we could get into that because we had this debate with a matchmaker. You should never take a girl out to a fine dinner. But let me just ask you some more important questions here because
I would love to loop back around to that one.
I was more focused on the emotional side because I get emotional when I eat.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right thing?
Well,
like, what's emotional eating? I don't
Let's just say
cry.
you
I don't
wanted to
cry
get a
when I see my
six-pack.
steak and it's like it's not cooked right. Is that what you're talking about when you talk about emotional? Oh.
I'm talking about you maybe having like 3 pints of butter pecan versus just having a half of a pint and then feeling satisfied.
Oh, so it's really not about the real emotion behind the butter pecan ice cream.
It's not about you eating ice cream. It's the fact, not you, but anyone, when they're going and they're eating huge amounts.
How is that
of something,
emotional?
Still not feeling good. Because
I would think emotional is like when I hear these girls, oh, he ruined my day. I went home and I binged on chocolate.
Yeah, that's emotional too.
So she's like,
But it can be triggered by different things. It could be triggered from being at your family's. If you're getting aggravated or irritated, it could be triggered from being really stressed out at work.
I just throw things when I get aggravated at my family. I don't need to eat.
Well,
I just worked off all the food by throwing knives.
Alrighty, I don't think I'm going to your family's house ever.
I'm only kidding. I'm really not that bad. So emotional eating, you're saying, is you're eating more than what you're supposed to eat because of something
because you're trying to
in
fill
your
a void.
subconscious?
Because you're trying to fill a void. And food does make you feel better in the moment.
Never mind.
Mr. Butter Pecan and
So,
Bloody Mary.
so when I go on a date, I can emotionally eat because she annoys me. So I'll eat more because she annoys me, or maybe I'll just drink more because she annoys me. Is that how it works?
You might be better off.
I was watching. No, a new show came out on Friday. My friends always used to bust my chops. Matt, my other co-host, who's coming back soon. I used to watch The Bachelor. Listen, if you're in the date, we'll get into that. But if you're in the dating scene, you need to know these things. You need to know the mindset of the male or the female. So I'm trying to learn the female because I'm a male.
How's that working for you?
It's actually not bad.
What'd you get so far?
Actually, somebody said I was a jerk, and they didn't even. I'm like, how could you call me a jerk? You don't even know me.
On the date, she called you a jerk?
No, before we even went on a date. So I'm like, you know what? I'm a jerk. I don't want to hang out with you. Nothing. The way I'm talking to you is the way I talk to everybody.
Okay, got it.
But I will not take a girl on the first date and go emotional eating on a first date because I think you need that opportunity to first talk on the phone. This texting shit, what's up with that, first of all? I hate it.
No, but that's weird because you don't want to hear from some guy that you don't even know if you like, and then he's blowing up your phone, and you're in the middle of trying to do stuff, or
You gave him his phone to text you. What's the difference? Like, wait, wait.
Sticky ground.
So you're on a dating site, right? I hear this all the time. You're on a dating site, and the girl says, well, you say, oh, I don't want to text. Texting it's impersonal. If you're really interested in getting to know me, because nowadays it's really on all the dating sites, it's the next best thing, right? You keep swiping until you get to the next best thing.
Yes.
So you can't take online dating serious. It's just,
I don't think so.
No.
Wait, what do you want, Tinder?
You can swipe 300. I am.
It's okay. I just deleted my app like last week.
But it's not that bad but if you're just swiping to look for the next best thing, do me a favor, walk on. Like one of my friends he said to me, he goes, you know what your thing is? He goes, I said, what? He goes, you're a good man with an edge. And I said, well, what the hell's the edge? He goes, you're a sick bastard. But not in a bad way. Like I'm a ball buster.
Like you won't pay for girls' dinner on the first date?
I will not take a girl out to... No, because you know what? I did that once, and I left her. I paid half the tab, and I left her.
Ooh.
Well, look, if you're going to disrespect somebody on a date...
What are you doing to these girls?
We were having a good time. But
what
when
happened?
So, real quick, I'll tell you the short story. I was running for a political position, and I was busy. And we were talking back and forth on the phone and everything. She's like, look, I really, really want to hang out and I want to meet. So she's like, why don't we go to TGI Fridays for a drink real quick? Now, this is years ago. I'm like, all right, no problem. So we go to TGI Fridays. I like to make people laugh. It's just my nature. I'll joke around. So we're having a blast.
Okay.
Right? So I said, so what are your plans for the weekend? She goes, oh, I'm going on a date tomorrow night. I said, oh, really? I said, that's cool. She goes, yeah, normally I don't date guys who take me to TGI Fridays.
Why did she agree to go there?
So, right. She asked me to go. So I said...
To go there specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little crazy.
Right. So I said... So we actually, in the meantime, we're like, she's like nearly pissing her pants, right? I'm busting chops. That's just what I do. So I said, well, what kind of guy are you dating? She goes, well, the guy's taking me to the Palm. I said, what do you mean? She goes, he's taking me to the Palm. I don't date guys who don't take me to fancy places.
Yeah, she was just telling you that so that you'd step up your game the next time.
No, I told her, don't call me ever again. Because, you know what? Here's the thing. There's more to it because you don't say, number one, you're going on a date
you don't have to
with
explain
some
to me.
guy.
I right out the gate say I need to be going to the Capitol Grill.
But you don't.
I'm high maintenance.
No, but you don't. But you don't.
You.
Listen, I don't mind on the second date, right? But how do you sit at dinner and have a conversation when you're so focused? And tell me if I'm wrong, guys. But you're so focused on impressing the person that you're eating properly, you're watching what you say.
You were at TGIF, like, that's, what?
She invited me there. I didn't pick the
That's not
place.
even like Cheesecake Factory. It's like TGIF, and you got Cheesecake Factory.
Well,
and
this
then
was like
have,
10, 15 years ago.
We got something between there and Capitol Grill.
There's something between there. Look, I don't mind it like, I can't say that. When you go shopping for meat, you want quality. You don't want, you don't want the meat that's a little brown.
What do you guys think about all this?
You want quality meat.
Who's on dating sites? I want to know who's on dating sites.
Listen, I say things that most guys won't admit and say. When a guy takes you on a date, they watch what they say. What guy do you know says, you know what, sweetheart, I'm about quality over quantity.
Wait, what does that
I don't
even
need
mean?
to take you. I don't need to take you to the
Capitol Grill.
Capitol Grill on the first date to show you that I'm a man.
Oh no, I don't care about that.
But that's what I'm saying. You think that's a guy should take you to dinner on a first date?
To that place in particular?
Any place, dinner.
No, if we're meeting at a dating site, just drinks. Like, start with drinks.
But
because
that's
what if you're
what I
like
said.
crazy and ugly and
But that's what I was saying. And you said no. You got to take me to the Capitol Grill. You better eat your steak medium rare then. But no.
No, I'm with you. If I'm meeting at a dating site, like I just want to we'll start with drinks. Hell, if we're meeting in person, like anywhere, we'll start with drinks. I don't know if I'm going to know you after a drink.
Exactly.
At all.
You don't. You really don't. Because, like, when somebody has a couple drinks in them, their true colors come out.
Ooh, I just started doing this. Okay. So, when did I start this? A couple months ago. First time ever, I went on a date for the first time, and I purposely did not drink, and it worked out so much better. Because you get, like, the person's real... You get the real, and like there's not that alcohol to like mask like what am I feeling or making me feel more comfortable, and it's definitely more work, but if you're like seriously looking for someone, I think it's definitely the better way to go than versus
So don't fill my ginger ale glass with vodka when I go on a date. Just drink the ginger ale.
I mean, you looking for fun or a steady thing? Like
No, quality over quantity.
A quality fun or a steady
thing? Quality person over quantity, because you know what? It just becomes a headache. But can we get back to the texting for a minute? So and I'm saying what most guys won't say. We hate texting. We do it to make you feel comfortable. But here's the thing.
Not all men hate texting.
Well, I'll tell you what. I despise.
Most men hate
I don't
getting
mind.
on a phone.
I don't mind a quick text. Hey, how's your day going?
No, I agree. I don't
Hey,
like
was thinking about you. You know, but a conversation and a text message. So the girl will. So all right, let's take it offline. You can text me.
So you're off Tinder.
So you're off Tinder, you're texting. You're officially off Tinder, you're texting. Right?
Yeah.
Now the texting keeps going on for hours. And I'm like, you know what? Not me, someone else. My friend. Well, can I just give you a call as opposed to texting you? Well, I don't really talk on the phone.
No, you want to know what works
texting.
really, really good?
I'm like,
No, that's when you be the man, okay? You just send her a message. Hey, so are you busy? Are you free Friday night at 7 o'clock?
I did that.
Works like a charm.
I did. That doesn't work either.
What do you mean? How does that not work?
Because I'm telling you, guys and females are all looking for the next best thing. So you schedule something to go out, and something came up. I'm sorry.
I did do that to one guy.
Yeah. And you went on another date, didn't you? Admit it.
No, I didn't. I actually went to my family's house. I didn't go on another date. I just, I don't know.
You
I
didn't
just
feel
found out a breakup, and like we met on Tinder, and I'm like, I don't really know if I want to be bothered entertaining your ass and getting dressed up for you, who I may not even like.
That's another thing. And probably guys do it. I can only say from a guy's point of view, right? The girl looks amazing in the picture, and she's like, "Come on, let's meet up for lunch." All right, no problem. Guy drives, goes down. My friend goes down, drives.
His friend.
drives a half hour, and the girl looks like she just got out of bed. I'm like, you got the balls. And so I told her, I said, nothing.
I'm taking you to TGIF, and you have the balls.
I said, my friend said to her, that's not you in the picture. Like, this is not you.
Oh my God, you're such a dick.
And she goes, I take offense to that. I said, well, I take offense to the fact that I actually drove this far, talked to you for 2 hours on the phone, drove this far to meet you and hang out for lunch. You didn't take any pride in yourself to look half human. But my friends tell me all the time, my friends say it all the time, they're like, I went on a date with this chick 4 times. She wore the same outfit 4 times. Come on.
Listen,
like, people don't take pride. First impression is important.
Okay?
First impression is important.
Oh my God, you know what I just remembered? I put a whole post up about this, about Tinder and relationships somewhere on my Facebook page. It's freaking hysterical. It's so funny.
Well, I'm watching this new show on Friday nights. It's called First Dates. Drew Barrymore, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, with Adam Sandler. 50 First Dates?
Well, no, it's a new show
that
they actually set up people on first dates and at a restaurant. And they go in the restaurant and they decide at the end of the meal if they're going to hang out again. So this one girl, you got to watch it. You got to tape it. You got to watch it because the one girl.
He's yelling at me because I don't watch TV that much. I do watch TV. I'm on Netflix and I'm binging on Shameless right now. I'm very busy.
Those are Shameless. That's like such a.
What?
Anyway.
I feel like I was about to get insulted.
So like the first date. So this guy is sitting at the bar with the girl, and she's a really, she likes the finer things, like you, right? She likes to so he wants to be like treated like a princess. So they have dinner anyway. They have this guy. No, I didn't mean it that necessarily that way. Most girls want to be treated like a princess. They want to be treated like this girl was very. Put it this way. This girl was high maintenance, and you said you're high maintenance.
To have a cocktail with you and not want to fall asleep or slip my wrists from your boring conversation.
Well, so listen. So the girls they had dinner, and this guy is a carpet cleaner, and she's, I don't know what the hell she is, but she had a lot of money. So the bill comes, and it's like a $200 bill, and the guy shows it to her, and says, "What do we do here?" Now, I would never do that, right? Because that's not a gentleman.
But you will leave a girl at TGIF and pay for only half the tab.
She insulted me. She insulted me, and she disrespected me. You're out. I'll never hang out with somebody like that again. One and done.
Fair enough.
Once you get disrespected,
okay,
I think
so
you just.
Story?
So anyway, so he shows her the bill. He goes into the bathroom and calls his friend. He's like, "This chick's gonna leave me with a $200 tab at this restaurant, and she's not paying for half of it, and it's a first date." Like, I would never do that, right? But it was funny the way it happened because guys do this thing. Like, they don't come out and say it because they're afraid to say these things. They don't come out and say to you, "Oh, you insulted me, so I don't want to hang out with you anymore." Like, they just stay prim and proper.
Wait, what does everyone else think about this? About
guys aren't going to answer because they don't want.
Hang on, what are your viewers saying?
Oh, me. No, listen. I would on a first date. I would pay. That's just natural, right? But on a first, I would say, let's say on a first actual date. Does anybody have an opinion on this? Let me
This
see.
is a good conversation. I want to pull up my Tinder thing. Not my Tinder account, but like what I
Matt
posted.
Joseph said sissies watch The Bachelor. Matt, no, we don't. She needs her own show. She should contact the podcast guys. Matt's saying you need to contact the podcast guys so you can have your own show.
I would love to do this on a weekly basis. I mean, I don't know who would listen to my crap.
Carmen identifies as a woman. Yeah, but it's actually a man's name in Italian, so don't ever say that to an Italian guy in Italy because they'll shoot you,
Wait,
Frank.
I need to find my...
I'm trying to see. Nobody really has any input yet.
You guys don't have input about this? Come on, who should pay on the first date? Who should pay, period?
Michelle says the wimps, they're wimps if they don't pay. No, every guy, look.
Thank you.
A gentleman will always pay on the first date.
You want to know why? Because he wants to get laid, okay? Listen, I'm going to say it. It's the truth.
So if I spend $150, I should get something in return.
You know what? That whole thing, actually, no. Matthew, is that his last name?
McConaughey?
No, he's a dating and relationship coach.
Oh, all right.
His name is Matthew. I think, cause sworn it's like Hutsy or something like that. I follow him. And his whole thing, he goes, oh my God, the best line ever. He says, some woman was like, absolutely a man should pay. And he goes, well, should you absolutely have sex with him? And,
I saw that.
And
you're right.
She goes, no. And he goes, well, then if you're expecting him to automatically pay, you are setting a precedent that you automatically owe him sex. He goes, if you don't even at least offer to pay, you weren't raised right. And he goes, if he takes the money, he wasn't raised right.
Right.
I was like, damn.
But you know what? But
that clears it all up.
And I saw that, and we actually played that on one of our shows.
Netflix thing.
We actually played it on one of our shows, and it's right. It's like a double standard. Women are independent now.
I always offer to pay, but if I have to pay, you will never see me again. Just saying. I mean,
make sure you don't make her pay, guys. But do you agree with the double standard? Why should I pay and not get anything out of it? It's like when you buy an engagement ring for a woman. What do you get out of it? Like, at least buy me a big screen TV. If I got to spend 10, 15, 20 grand on a ring, I want at least a big screen TV so I can watch my money drain away.
The joy of seeing her wake up every day for the rest of your life.
Not these days. I don't think that works anymore.
Well, I want to find the stupid Netflix thing. Keep talking to me.
We have to do a quick Love It or Lose It because I showed you. Yes. So we're going to do a quick Love It or Lose It because we only have 5 minutes left.
Some fashions define us. Some send us to the back of the room. Join us as we look at the hot and not so hot fashion choices of designers, celebrities, and personalities. It's time for Love It or Lose It with your host, Carmen Bucco.
Okay, so what we do here is we actually put outfits together for guys who want to use our services. But we'll find pictures. And we put looks together to see what they think. So this is actually a window pane gray with an orangish burgundy. What do you think about that outfit with the gingham shirt, the solid tie? You think that's classy?
Oh, hell yeah.
So a guy can take you on a date and actually and pay for the meal with that?
Yes.
So you love that look?
Yes, I love that look. The whole thing. Absolutely, I wouldn't change anything about it. That's hot.
Let's see what we got next.
No,
Double-breasted, unfortunately, is out. But it's trying to come back. Steve Harvey wears a lot of double-breasted. This is like a Steve Harvey look, right?
It's trying, but it's not like oh God, no. I don't
and
like
the colors
pinstripes.
are in the brown, and it's in the browns.
What is this thing? Is that like,
that
is
tie?
He like Pirate from the Caribbean? Or like, what's happening there?
That's a floral tie.
Oh my God, no, it's from, what's that show where he has that pirate show? Oh, crap. What's that show called from back ages ago?
Back to the Future? Oh, Seinfeld.
You know the Seinfeld
The cravat?
Where he comes out with the pirate shirt and like, that's like what that looks like. Does somebody know what I'm talking about?
It's a floral tie. It's got a lot of flowers in it.
No, flowers, no.
I personally,
Floral,
I
no.
lose
The
it because
pinstripe,
I'm
no.
just, double-breasted just
no.
doesn't do any justice. And they keep trying to bring it back, but they never survive. So now this is a great look for a Friday night date at TGI Fridays because it's red. It screams attention. No, so a lot of guys I usually do something like that with like a pair of jeans. Or is that red too vibrant? Could you see hanging out with somebody?
Type of man would need to be able to pull that off.
He's got to be loud. Eccentric?
Not loud and obnoxious, though. Like loud and cute.
Like stand tall, confident.
Yeah.
Not cocky, but confident.
There's someone in my mind, actually, that I think could, like, pull it off, but I'm not loving the tie in that other thing.
So you either love the whole thing or you lose the whole thing.
No, I like the jacket. The jacket
can't.
could work
You
with
have
some
to
jeans,
lose it.
some dark jeans.
You can only love it or lose it. If you don't like the tie, you have to nix the whole thing.
I prefer not.
Right? So you lose it.
Or losing it.
I love it because I like the tie, but I would never wear a tie with a sport coat, so I guess I have to lose it
Do you
too.
love sport coats? Oh God, he's sexy. Does he come with a suit?
Do you like that real tight? I call them nut huggers.
Wait, where are you going with that?
I call this when people wear these the European look, the tight short jacket.
The whole thing's working. The guy and the suit. I'll take the whole thing.
I'll call him up. He's a good friend of mine. He wears elbow patches.
Wait, you know him?
But you like that short look? I don't like the short look because guys are starting to dress like women with that. See how short it is? You can actually see his rear end, 3/4 of his rear end.
Kind of bending over a little bit.
No, those are short jackets. You see how tight the pants are, like spandex.
This guy can pull it off. Certain people can pull certain things off.
So a woman would love that.
Yes. I mean, it's a double bonus that guy in particular is in the suit, but yes, in general, yes.
You can't have him. This is your Long Island look.
Yeah, that's hot too.
This you can't actually go wrong with. This blue sport coat, jeans, white jeans, with
we love it.
Open
I love
shirt.
the watch.
I love this look. On the watch. Wow, you can see that detail?
Yeah.
So we love this. So we had 2 lose-its and we had 2 love-its. And the guy didn't want to take home. Let's see, does anybody have any questions before we call it a night? Because we only have 3 minutes. Press P, damn it. I did. I'm still learning, damn it. His ass is looking for some action. I guess she was talking about that picture. Oh, when the guy pays.
His ass
I love
does
Michelle.
Look like it's looking for some action.
I don't know about that. The confident ones will always pay.
The confident
well, wait.
I have honestly, I have to say, I have not been in the best relationships, but I've never been on a bad date. I actually usually have fun dates.
But see, I wonder if it's because does a 10 need to be with a 10? Does a 10 need to be with a 7? Does a 7 need to be with a 10? Does that make sense?
No, because you usually find really hot one person with a other person.
Right. So usually girls are like, wow, that guy is hot, but they get into the relationship and they're like, oh man, really? Like the personality sucks.
Yeah, but I think that can go.
But they won't give a guy who's a 7 an opportunity. If they're a 10, they won't give a guy who's a 7 an opportunity.
Not true.
Most of the times that happens because, again, they're looking for the next best thing. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but you can't have that mindset, otherwise it's always going to be like that.
I have a question about the movie Get Out. Will Kevin... What? I don't understand that, Matt. Kerin, I know, you said that before. Kerin needs her own show. I'm trying to see if we have anything good here. Yes, confident bar and books attire. I don't know what that means, Michelle. I'm sorry. Oh, she's talking about the love it or lose it. And Renzo, we had Renzo on. Renzo's a mentalist. Pretty cool.
Wait, what's a mentalist?
I want him to mentalize me. I don't need a guy to pay. Never did. If a man pays, he knows how to make the effort.
Oh, no, this isn't about needing. This is about principle.
Well, everybody, look, I have principle, I pay, but I feel if you disrespect someone, you should...
Well, I have to say, I'm also a very fun date, so I'm not, like, running around being an asshole. But you know what, but this goes back to, like, how you're raised and family values, and I think part of dating is making sure that you have family values that are aligned with each other, because not just on a first date, but especially once you get into a relationship, if you're not on the same, I'm sorry, family life, or the way you were raised has a huge impact on the type of what you're going to ultimately end up being.
You know what?
Like.
You're right. I think it does because it can affect your relationship. It can affect your marriage. The way you were raised, if you don't know how to control that, I think it can cause
it's all fun and games
major
when you're
problems.
19, 20, but once money comes in and kids come in and, all this responsibility. It's just
Well,
a
like
different story.
I was telling my friend, once you get past the 6-month mark in dating, you become like some kind of a partnership, and I think people forget that. Like, she might like certain things that you don't like, and she might like things that you not like things that you don't like. So it's like there's really a lot of compromise that goes into it. Relationships are not easy anymore. But you know what makes it easy? Tinder, Match, Facebook. You just swipe for the next best thing.
I have to say, I admit this, that it's a little nerve-wracking because there's so many dating sites. Like, you talk about, like, that's why trust is so important, because anyone could be doing anything.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I always tell them, you know what? You can fall in love with the postman. Take the postman in my pool, and there it is. So you're right.
That's a very specific analogy.
Listen, trust is very, and honesty and integrity.
Yeah.
Once you lie,
I agree.
it's just to me, if you lie on the first date, I mean, you can tell little white lies, but.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation. That's an hour show in and of itself about what the the cutoff is.
We
for
might
lying.
sucker you to come back in.
Yeah, I'd love
and
to.
be my co-host.
You have to read
You're
this stuff.
beat, Matt. She's coming on to be my co-host. Anyway, go ahead.
Wait, can I read these really quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had written this down around Valentine's Day, and it was a Facebook
Can they
post that I
find this?
did. Yeah,
Oh, they'll find it
yeah.
on your Facebook.
Oh, yeah, you can find it. It's back on February 14th. It's freaking
Valentine's Day? What the frick?
I was at the gym, and I had this, like, oh my god, inspiration to write this post, and it's freaking hysterical, and my girlfriend wants me to do, like, an actual video of it. She's like, it's so funny. But it's all the things you guys shouldn't do on Tinder. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, so I definitely got to hear this.
Okay. All right.
Educate us.
Okay, so
Guys, because we don't
the
know.
following has not been scientifically proven, just my automatic response and personal opinion for disqualifying the bachelors I have seen. Read at your own risk. So the first one is you have a picture. Okay, if you have a picture with another woman who you claim is your sister, I'm not the only person who has seen this. You know when, like, you see the guy and he has a woman with them? It's like, what is the deal with that?
But girls do the same thing. They'll take picture with guys. Like, what do I need to see you with a guy? Like, why do you have a picture with a guy? That just, like, are you trying to make it out like you don't need me? You're special? And no.
Yes, because it's looking like you can pull in somebody. So it's like,
Right.
let's have a picture. You know what? I'm going to post these because they're actually funnier when you read them.
You got to share them.
Yeah, I'm going to share them. But yeah.
So anyway, unfortunately, we're over our time. We had fun. I'm so glad you
much
came.
fun.
You're definitely going to have to come back because we're
Yes.
going to have to. I want devil's advocate, or no, I want to give what guys won't say in the dating scene, and you can.
Totally do a whole dating segment. That'd be so much fun.
We're gonna set that up. We're gonna do it. We're gonna definitely do a dating segment
Guys
because
won't
there
say.
is so. I'm telling you, most guys will not come out and say the things that I'm gonna wind up saying.
You know what you should do is pick up lines. I was actually in the middle of writing a man's ebook, which has to do with nutrition and fitness, and then it's a whole dating thing, like how to pick up the woman you really want. And I've been collecting pickup lines that have and have not worked from numerous
I don't
men.
think any pickup lines. I keep telling them, listen, heaven lost an angel. Can I call you? Like, it doesn't work. Like, I see you in your back pocket. I see a mirror in your back pocket or something like that. And none of them work, do they?
No.
I need some good pickup lines.
You know what's not even a pickup?
I was
going to
bring my dog to the bar and say, hey, you want to hang out with my daughter? All right, so we're going to schedule a whole show around a man's views and a woman's views, maybe on May 9th.
Wait, can we get people to call in?
We can. But they never call in.
I feel like this might be something that people call in for.
All right, so we're going to prep up.
Like, I would want to call in for this particular show because I would need some, like, backup here.
Why? Am I that bad?
I need backup. I need some other women to get on the phone so I'm not sounding completely insane.
Well, because they're going to say I'm a jerk, but I'm only telling them what most men won't tell them.
Plus, we could do questions. That'd be fun.
All right, Q&A.
But then you guys have to show up live.
We'll set. Yeah, you got to come on and hang out with us. So don't forget to like, share, and comment themanofstyle.net or the Man of Style Facebook page. we'll do some communicating back and forth. Maybe we'll schedule it for May 9th before I go to take my trip to Puerto Rico for my birthday.
Ooh, happy birthday. That's fun.
So we'll see you. Unfortunately, we probably won't see you next week due to the fact that I'm doing a casting call for the Shark Tank next Tuesday, so I don't know what time I'll be back. If I am back, I'll probably throw something up and talk about things that you should wear and how you should wear your suits. And then the following week, we have another guest, an actor or a guy who wrote a film or a movie who's started from nothing and worked his way up. It's an amazing story. And so, once again, remember, when you dress great, you feel great. God bless, and good night.
The Man of Style is produced and engineered by the New Jersey Podcast Guys and Michelle Bell.